The movie begins with representatives of various kingdoms arriving at the court of King Khan to offer tribute and generous gifts to seek an alliance with the king. During this, the king's beloved little daughter Turandot appears in the court running after a butterfly. She is running around when her foot gets tangled in the carpet, which is the map of the kingdoms that have an alliance with the king, and she falls. The king picks her up, asks about the space on the map, and is told that this space is the land of Malvia, who is not allied with the king. He orders the soldiers to complete the map so that Turandot won't trip on it again. General Boyan is ordered to conquer the land of Malvia, and his troops are set on the journey. The kingdom of Malvia is a prosperous and peaceful land that guards 3 bracelets, each representing wisdom, beauty, and power. The legend is that wearing all 3 bracelets on one wrist will awaken a divine power and a brutal curse. General Boyan's army reaches the land and brutally murders anyone who comes in their way, completely wiping out the royals. Boyan takes the bracelets back to the king. Back at home, the kingdom is celebrating Turandot's birthday, and she is offered an extensive range of gifts. There, she comes across the 3 bracelets. She wears 2 and provides the third one to her father, but he refuses it and puts all 3 on her arm. Turandot suddenly starts crying in pain, and her maid tries to pull off the bracelets, but they have become one with her skin. The king calls the priest to ask about the curse and tells him that each bracelet has a riddle that only a unique suitor of the princess can solve when she is between the age of 15 to 18. If any suitor fails to solve the riddles, the princess will be driven to madness as the bracelets will suck her blood and make her heart ice cold. Meanwhile, teacher Joe returns from Malvia after saving the young prince of Malvia, whom he names Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes and Joe's daughter Luyur become close friends. Turandot's birthday fireworks celebration begins, but the bracelets have made her colorblind, robbing her of the joy of the display. 10 years later, Blue Eyes and Luyur sneak into the fireworks workshop to witness the royal task of making fireworks. There, they enjoy its mastery but are found by the soldiers who start to chase them. While running, they encounter a secret pathway leading them into the palace. Inside, they witness General Boyan teaching Turandot swordsmanship. Turandot, using her speed, cheats, infuriating Boyan. He decides to teach her a lesson, but as he holds a sword to her neck, Blue Eyes intervenes, cursing Boyan for mistreating a vulnerable woman. Blue Eyes takes out a sword of his own and challenges Boyan. Boyan is impressed but manages to defeat Blue Eyes, and just as he is about to deliver the final blow, Turandot destroys his sword with her bracelets and tells him that these people are with her and not intruders. She orders Blue Eyes to train her from now onwards. Blue Eyes enters the palace using the cave again the next day, and they start training. Turandot allows him to visit any day except on full moons. He shows her that he can make fireworks and wants to become the best master at it, and she tells him that she is colorblind. They continue training, forging a bond over the days. On the other hand, General Boyan tries to achieve ultimate power using the priest's rituals. The priest advises him to marry Princess Turandot to secure his rule, revealing that a Malvian prince with a heart on the right side poses a threat. Against Turandot's warning not to visit on a full moon, Blue Eyes calls her and finds her tied up. He quickly unties her, but she shoves him away, saying she doesn't want him to see her like this. He starts to leave, but she quickly loses control and follows him with a sword. She forces him to leave before she can hurt him. The following day, the festival starts, and Blue Eyes serves as a royal guard. The arrival of a prince from the Yutong kingdom, seeking Turandot's hand in marriage, is announced. Luyur's friends steal the prince's dagger at the festival, leading to a chase. Blue Eyes intervenes, returns the dagger, and ensures an apology from Luyur. Blue Eyes clarifies that she is his sister when the prince questions if Luyur is his girlfriend. During the city tour, Blue Eyes confesses to the prince that he has fallen for Princess Turandot but acknowledges the vast difference between their worlds and the unlikeliness of anything happening. The prince goes to meet the princess but takes out his dagger to attack her as he blames her for the death of his younger brother, who died while trying to solve the riddles. Using her powers, Turandot quickly traps him and tells him if he answers the riddles, all of this will be over. The ceremony starts, and the king announces the prince's impending execution for treason, with a chance of pardon if he can solve the riddles. However, standing in the crowd, Blue Eyes glances at the bracelets and suddenly jumps in, saying he will answer the riddles for the prince. Blue Eyes tells the king that he and the Prince of Yutong are sworn brothers, and he wants to help him out. The king allows him, and the princess asks the first question: among all things on earth, what is born of darkness and dies at dawn? Blue Eyes gets a vision of his past when his kingdom was attacked and how his father regretfully wore all 3 bracelets to protect the kingdom and fought so many soldiers single-handedly. Still, before he can reach the answers, the time runs out. Blue Eyes is dragged away for execution. At night, just as he is about to be thrown into the burning oil, he gets another vision where his mother tells him to run away and live because he is their last hope, and Blue Eyes realizes that the answer to the riddle is hope. He shouts the answer, and the answer makes one of the bracelets disappear from Turandot's wrist. The soldiers carry out the execution, and Blue Eyes' master, Joe, jumps in to save him, but suddenly, the fireworks go off, indicating that the riddle has been solved correctly. Everyone celebrates, and Luyr feels disappointed that he must marry the princess if he solves all the riddles. Master Joe tells Blue Eyes to pack his belongings and go far away from this place, but Blue Eyes insists on saving Turandot, even if it costs him his life. The following day, Blue Eyes faces the second riddle: what is something that increases the beauty of women but is unsettling for men, and when they both die, it becomes ice. Blue Eyes gets another flashback of the war scene where his father, influenced by newfound power, begins killing his army after defeating the enemy. He sees his mother protecting him as she sacrifices herself, allowing Blue Eyes time to run away with the master. When his father returns to normal, he realizes he has stabbed his wife. Time again runs out, and Blue Eyes is ordered to be executed by 1,000 cuts. After the first few cuts, he remembers how his father took his own life and had blood splashed over. Blue Eyes realizes the answer to the riddle is blood. He quickly shouts the answer, and the second bracelet is removed from the princess's hand. The maids run to start fireworks that will signal a halt to the execution, but the soldiers of General Boyan fight them and stop the fireworks. Master Joe and General Boyan battle, but Master Joe and Luyr are quickly cornered. General Boyan aims to end Blue Eyes' life in one blow when Turandot comes flying in and tells everyone that Blue Eyes got the answer right. Later that night, Blue Eyes, wounded, shares with Joe that he knows his real name is Caliph and that his parents were the king and queen of Malvia. On the other side, the general starts collecting pieces of the broken bracelets. The following day, as Blue Eyes and Luyr attempt to leave the city on horseback, they discover many soldiers are pursuing them. They start to run but are quickly cornered, and the princess and her soldiers come to their rescue. However, she jumps right in front of Blue Eyes, causing him to fall from his horse, and her soldiers surround him. She tells him that he has betrayed the oath by trying to escape. Blue Eyes tells her that he doesn't consider her a friend, and the biggest mistake he has made in his life is answering the riddles. She challenges him to a duel, saying she will let him go if he wins, but Blue Eyes tells her she won't be able to stop him even if she's dead or alive. Turandot holds the sword to Blue Eyes' neck in their duel and presents the last riddle: it can give you freedom, it can also enslave you, you light the ice, and you get more coldness in return. Blue Eyes answers, saying it's Turandot and the curse placed on her by heaven. He stabs himself with her sword, and Turandot, overwhelmed by pain, passes away as the last bracelet removes itself from her wrist. When she wakes up, she is again able to see colors again. Blue Eyes is rushed to the doctor, where the doctor announces that despite the fatal wound on the left side of his body, Blue Eyes managed to survive because his heart is on the right side of the chest. Turandot comes, and the king tells everyone in the room to take a walk. She sits beside Blue Eyes' bed and holds his hand as he wakes up. However, he withdraws his hand and insists on fairness, proposing a riddle for Turandot to solve, to discover his true identity and name, or the marriage is off. Meanwhile, General Boyan, using the priest's knowledge, merges a small piece from all three bracelets into a mixture and stands in it, causing it to consume him. When he gets out of the water, he becomes immortal with a fantastic power to heal quickly. Boyan kills the priest, so he doesn't make anyone else immortal. The king offers a large sum of money as a reward for information about Blue Eyes' background. Luyr finds Blue Eyes drunk in a pub and asks him if he really can't live without Turandot and he genuinely loves her. Blue Eyes says he wishes the kingdom to find his name and feel guilty for what they did to his family. He apologizes to her because he knows she has feelings for him, but she quickly excuses herself. General Boyan shows up at Master Joe's place and tells him he is there to perform his duty. Master Joe explains that Boyan was turned out by their master because of his cruelty and madness, and he is still the same. They fight, and Master Joe manages to land a blow and realizes that Boyan has attained invincibility. He quickly jumps out of the window to run away, as that is his only chance of survival. Blue Eyes returns home to find that the troops of General Boyan are already there, and they capture him, but before they can take his life, Princess and her troops jump in. Boyan claims she can't save Blue Eyes without the power of the bracelets, and Turandot offers to resolve any hatred. Blue Eyes, adamant about not forgiving them for his parents' death, watches as Turandot agrees to Boyan's proposal of getting engaged with him the next day. Turandot is ready to do anything to save, and Boyan says she should get engaged with him instead of Blue Eyes tomorrow. Despite Blue Eyes trying to stop Turandot, she accepts the proposal. Presented in front of the king, Blue Eyes, considered an enemy of the throne, is offered freedom due to his help solving the riddles. He refuses sympathy and requests to be killed. Boyan suggests Blue Eyes should be grateful for the king's mercy, but Blue Eyes rejects it, and General Boyan insists on giving him a miserable death. The priest, although severely injured, is brought to the court, where he testifies that the king had ordered peaceful negotiation with Malvia. Still, General Boyan had shown no mercy just for his entertainment. They faked that they sent a soldier to the envoy but then killed him themselves and declared war. Boyan nonchalantly agrees that all said by the priest is the truth and that he is proud to be brutal. He kills the priest on scene and tells the king that had Boyan's father not been killed in the war, the throne would have come to his family. He orders his soldiers to barge in, and the royal guard protects the king. Boyan says he doesn't want to fight because he has implanted gunpowder and fireworks in the court that will destroy it. He attacks the bundles to ignite it. The fireworks, however, take the form of a dragon and start attacking Boyan's troops. The king comes forward with a sword made of meteorite, specifically for killing traitors, and decides to take Boyan's life himself. He rushes forward, but the sword breaks without inducing a scratch on Boyan. He pushes the king, and a real battle ensues. During the struggle, Turandot takes Blue Eyes to escape into the fireworks cave, where they ignite explosives. Boyan, seemingly unaffected, walks out until the cave collapses, trapping him. Turandot and Blue Eyes are about to celebrate with a kiss when Boyan comes out of the rubble. Turandot attacks, but Boyan retaliates, stabbing her in the stomach and causing her to cough blood. Her blood falls on Boyan's shoulder and finishes his invincibility, allowing Blue Eyes to pierce his heart and kill him as he turns into stone. Rushing to Turandot, Blue Eyes holds her as she slowly dies, revealing she sewed the secrets of fireworks, her dowry, onto a scarf. In her last moments, she asks Blue Eyes to take it as a memory, and Turandot passes away in his arms. Alone, Blue Eyes returns to Malvia, introducing the Western world to the art of fireworks as the region sings in praise and prosperity of Caliph.